asked him if he's ready like 9 times.
We're ready. We're ready.
Keep fixing. Push out the baby.
Game face is on.
Today's video is going to be a Q&A featuring the Rhys. For those of you that don't know, this is my boyfriend of almost 6 years.
Yes, we are in fact dating.
Yeah, I get that question sometimes from people that are brand new. They're like, why is this guy in your bedroom?
I read that comment. Why is he in your bedroom though? Well, because I also sleep in this bed. And you can imagine it's where the magic happens. What is this, a cribs or whatever? So
it's where the magic, this is the lifestyle of the exhausted and overwhelmed. So
that's good.
No magic happens. I literally rack out in here. All right, so I asked you guys on Instagram what questions you had for us, and we got over 1,000 questions.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Holy cow.
Yeah, I picked like 7.
Oh, okay. I was like, wow, we're gonna be on here for a while.
No, a lot of them were questions that are kind of repetitive, so
Okay.
a lot of you guys want to know the same things. So
kind of hit the highlights here. Okay. Oh wow. It's a lot of questions.
it's a lot, you guys. Like,
Maybe I'm not understanding the presence of your YouTube channel, the footprint. I'm being a little overwhelmed here.
we have some subscribers.
Got a few. Okay.
Just a
All
couple.
right. Okay.
This is a really good one. I think
right.
it kind of pertains to my message here and things we've talked about.
All right. Shoot.
Were you scared that being with another recovering addict would hinder your sobriety? Out the gate, we getting serious.
Boom. Couldn't have started with like a soft one, you know?
No.
What do you think about Jessica's favorite color? Like, they had to get a deep one, right?
Do you know my favorite color?
No, I don't.
Yes, you do.
No, is it black?
Yeah. What color do I wear most
it's
often?
my favorite color is black, so okay.
We're the same person.
Yeah. All right. So am I responding to these questions? Do I go first? Is that what's going on here?
You can go first.
Okay.
You're the man of the house. I'll let you go first.
That's right. I control the remote. For you fellas at home that are watching, this guy's got the remote.
He says that, but I don't give a shit about TV, so I just let him take that trophy.
So what was the question again? Say it back.
know.
All right.
Were you scared that being with another recovering addict would hinder your sobriety?
I don't think so. I don't think I was concerned about that. I really don't. I'm trying to think back and give like a really honest answer and think if that was anything I gave real deep thought to or you know, it gave me pause, and I don't think I had any hesitancy about you being a recovering addict.
Wow, okay.
I think that was definitely, I know we've talked about in the previous video, for me, I think I wasn't as concerned about you being an addict, but having a child, having the court case and everything going on, I felt like that would be very straining potentially on a new relationship because I didn't have a whole lot to offer and I was still getting my stuff back together, and I didn't know if I was going to be able or have the capacity to commit fully to that kind of scenario. So I don't think being with another addict was really a big thing for me.
It was Micah.
It was Micah and maybe just that I was more worried about being able to build, provide, and enjoy a stable life because I knew that neither of us really had jack. We didn't have nothing.
I actually had more than you.
Yeah,
when we met. So Rhys was living with his grandmother. I had my own place. I had my own car. We worked together. So I was just barely there.
I guess I can comment on this. Here's the thing about it. When this question really pertains because I have to frame, I think, the way that we interacted and what I could tell from the first few passes and our dates and weeks of talking. I didn't ever get the feeling that you were a recovering addict that was struggling with that concept. So maybe that's why I didn't have any pause about it. We discussed our experiences, but it seemed like everything we talked about was in a really positive light.
Yeah.
So I don't think that's probably why I didn't give it a whole lot of I didn't get a whole lot of discretion, when I was thinking about our relationship and where it was going, because I just didn't get the feeling that either of us was struggling with the addiction part or the being clean or being sober. I felt that we were probably both on the same level. We were more so struggling with how do we build and provide a life now.
Just to kind of add on to that, I had a little over 2 years sober when we met. So still, a baby in sobriety, but I was so laser focused on getting my daughter that, to answer this question from my perspective, yes, I was worried.
Yeah.
I was worried that you were in drug court.
I remember you were more worried than I was.
Yeah, and I was honest about that. I think that's also very important to note here. I was honest with my hesitancy. So Rhys had asked me out a couple of times. He was flirting with me, and I kind of just ignored you. I ignored any little quips at work that were flirty or whatever. I think I might have made one comment about muscles one time, but that's it. So
maybe.
I like muscles. I probably said that.
Oh yeah, you said it.
I said I like muscles. Actually, the first thing I ever said to Rhys was, do you remember?
Can you put your arms down?
Can you put your arms down all the way? That's the first thing I ever said to Rhys. And he's like, yes. Then he walked away a little bit and he's like, kinda. I'm like, did you just try? Like, it was very funny. Actually, he cannot put his arms down all the way. His arms can't touch his side by a little bit.
There's some space.
There's some separation there between his...
I don't have the imaginary lat syndrome. I'm not like walking around like bowing out, but I mean, you know.
Imaginary lat syndrome is where guys think they're bigger than they are.
Absolutely. There we go.
Okay, so yeah, I was a little more nervous about dating an addict, especially being in drug court. I thought I'm gonna really like this guy, and then he's gonna go to jail because I have not met people that were successful in drug court yet. Now Rhys did successfully complete drug court, but it was his discipline that I was like, you know what? Maybe he's different. So I saw that in you. I saw that drive in you, and I was impressed. Good. So okay, next question.
All right, shoot. Let's get a fun one.
Okay, what's the dumbest / pettiest thing you fight about?
Oh man.
His face.
I know. I don't know if it's a specific topic, but it's a specific behavior that I have that I know just really rips you.
What is it?
We all know that I come with a certain level of flatulence that
he farts a lot.
But I think that it's just, I don't mean to, and it's the way I respond, but I know Jessica gets very frustrated with me. If she forgets to turn a light off, I can't approach the discussion without turning it into like a full-on roast. Like, I don't know why, but it's just like, God, you don't have to roast me every time I do something wrong. And I'm thinking, well, I'm not doing it, but I really am.
Dude, you are.
I am.
You're like, geez, you can't just walk out of a room and not turn the light off.
Who forgets the light switch?
I'm like,
so I'm very lucky that she's very patient with me, and she knows that it's probably not out of coming from a bad place. It's just my delivery and the way I am that
douchebag.
Yeah, I'm probably a douchebag for sure. Yeah, that is probably the one thing that always sets us off because we've learned to deal with it. I think at first it would escalate. Now it's just like, you don't have to roast me, and I'm like, well, if you wouldn't remember stupid shit, you know.
How have I not stabbed you? Like, you're still alive. No injuries have been. I
mean, because other than that, really, we don't have a whole lot of. I mean, we have a lot of first world problems. I mean, we're super lucky and blessed. I mean, and I think that most of what comes out in our videos and what people see and what we talk about, people think like you guys are lying, or we don't.
We don't fight?
I mean, we've had a few we've had some fights, and some blowouts before, but you can count them. You know what I mean?
I've dumped him.
Yeah. What?
We have had fights, of course. Everyone has fights. It's usually because he's an asshole and I'm an angel. I mean, I'm so great to live with. No, but it happens. And I think we're so honest with each other. And even in our first few weeks of dating, there was no representative phase where I was like, I'm going to eat like one bite of salad. I'm so full. I'm like, bro, get the hot wings, bro. I was just straight up myself. I told him what I expected. I told him what I wanted. I told him that I fundamentally did not care if he lived on his grandmother's couch as long as he was working towards staying sober and he was just going to be honest and real with me. I respected the loyalty and the honesty and the transparency that we had early on.
I think that probably cut down on a lot of fights, especially at the beginning. Because
we knew each other.
And as we've gotten on, there's been a few fights that have escalated.
Spats.
Yeah, there's been a few spats. But for the most part, it is really just kind of a continuing improvement on both our parts to communicate and understand where the other person is coming from. So we do get some. Okay, what do you think you're the most petty
that I do that bothers you? Hold on, just to add to what you said about this is gonna be like an hour-long video.
Okay.
Communicating. Yeah. Communicating is important as long as you understand each other. So we could be talking and he hears something completely different than I hear, and I have to remember that men are more black and white. If I say what's a good example of this? Let me think for a second. If you ask me, do you want something for your birthday? And I say, I don't want anything for my birthday. And you're like, okay, cool. And then my birthday comes along.
You're not going to get anything for your birthday.
I'm not going to get anything for my birthday because I told him, no, I don't want anything for my birthday. But if I, on my birthday, was like, where's my present? He's going to be like, What?
Yeah.
You said you didn't want a present. So I am a firm believer in communicating openly, and men are more like, you said you fucking didn't like flowers, man. Like, that's why I didn't buy you flowers. So you have to say what you mean and be more direct with men. Women are, you need to just know that when I say I don't like flowers, it means buy me flowers on Tuesday.
I've done a pretty good job. I've stepped up my flower game. Yeah. I think what I think one of the sillier arguments that has come to pass in my mind is I used to struggle with when Jessica would vent or try to talk out a problem with me.
Yes.
Because for me, that means we've started a brainstorming collective and we're trying to solve a problem. You know what I mean?
No.
That's not what's going on at all.
Men are fixers.
Yeah. So I'm immediately looking for a solution here. And then what I think is hilarious is I finally got to the point where she says,
just venting.
I just need to vent. I want you to listen. And then it wasn't too long ago, we were having a discrepancy about something, whatever. And so I turn on my listening face and I'm just... And when I don't say anything, she goes, God, you don't just have to sit there and look at me with that pale, stupid, hollow look. I said, that's all you told me to do is just listen. Be a good listener.
He's really trying. And I'm just like, God, you have nothing to add to this conversation.
Yeah, you like probably roast me for not adding to the dialogue. Yeah.
But I say what I mean.
Yeah.
More often than not, I tell you what I mean, and we've learned how to communicate. So like, I just need to vent about something. Yeah. Okay, just fucking listen. So yeah. Okay. I think that you don't like the fact that it's just so hard to live with someone so perfect. So you're always
I struggle with attaining that level. Yeah.
It's so hard for Rhys to date someone as perfect.
I wake up every day wondering how I'm going to aspire to be that man you deserve. Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think anything I do is annoying. So.
Yeah. Okay. I guess we can go to the next question. Yeah.
I'm probably the most annoying person ever. I don't know. When did you both know each other was the one? Last Thursday.
I brought home Wingstop. That sealed the deal.
Let me tell y'all. If you eat wings and you don't have to wear gloves, they're not hot enough. So I loved you, but I think Riley really made our family a little bit more complete. And going through that pregnancy and then labor and delivery with Riley, I think something else inside my heart just melted for you, and we became closer.
It kind of brought everything full circle for us.
I mean, you're an amazing dad to Micah before, but experiencing the pregnancy and the labor and delivery and the new baby, it really just made our family whole.
Yeah. I'm trying to think, like, this is really hard to pin down, like, the moment. You know, you see that stuff in the movies, and they talk about, like, I remember you were wearing, and it's like, it wasn't like that.
You walked in on a cloud.
But I can remember thinking pretty quickly, you know, within the first few months of us talking, that I was really in tuned and interested, and I felt like we had a lot of good synergy as far as, you know, relatable topics. We could communicate well. Personalities really kind of jive. You know, we could throw it back and forth because, you know, to my discredit, I had dated a lot of bimbos in my lifetime, and talking to a brick wall was, you know, I got more dialogue sometimes than I did from some of the
So intellectually we matched.
Intellectually we matched for sure. I think that really helped out a lot. So I was pretty sure that I won't say the one, but I was really
Excuse me.
I could feel her looking at me from the side. I was really sure about what we were doing, I think, inside that first year, in the first few months. You know, I think, but when we try to talk about that concept of the one or being serious, I think that has kind of continually evolved as our relationship has evolved. And, you know, I think sometimes that I don't want to discredit people that they have that, then they break up after a year, 2 years. I think that they just maybe find it an inability to adapt or grow together or to attack life's problems together. So I think we've done a really good job of that because I think we got the fundamentals right.
Right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And we were very honest and open up front with who we are and what we wanted and what we expected.
Yeah.
So, you know. What is our zodiac signs?
I'm a Virgo.
I'm also a Virgo. So our birthday is 2 days apart, and I think that adds a level of compatibility. I know a lot of people that like study astrology would say no, but we have the same personality. It can also cause problems. We're both stubborn. We don't want to swallow our pride. I'm right, you're wrong. Like it's one of those things where I understand him more, but I also have to know that we're both so alpha and like we're gonna butt heads.
Yeah.
You're the king though. You're more alpha.
Yeah.
See what I did there? So I have to
Feeding me, you know?
I have to add that, you know, you're the man of the house, and I understand that and I respect that, but I'm the queen also.
I think
The man is the head of the house.
I don't know anything.
Wait. The man is the head of the house, but the woman is the neck, and she can move that head anywhere she wants.
Just keep on coming with it, man.
Okay, I will.
All right. What's
Next one?
Yep.
What's one place you wish to visit?
Oh, wow. Oh,
Italy.
man. You want to go to Italy? That's a whole nother video topic, but I'm not sure I can take you to Italy.
He might be
I
banned.
may or may not be wanted in Italy. Might not be allowed back in that country.
He was deployed over there, so,
Yeah.
and there was a situation. We'll make a video on
There
it.
was a situation in Italy, for sure.
Banned from Italy.
Yeah.
So where do you want to go?
Oh, man. That's really hard. That's a good question. Like, so, is there one place that I want to go, or I want us to go, like as a family thing? Is that what we're asking? Like, where's one thing that I would like for like the family to?
I don't want the kids to go with me to Italy. I want to like live my best life on the little boat thing.
Oh, so this is definitely a layered question. Yeah. Okay.
That's how I took it.
Man. Wow. It could be really cliche, but I would really like to have like a week in Hawaii, just with you. Like, and I'm talking like a legit week. You know what I mean?
Like a whole week.
Like the no kids. We're willing to spend the money to get the kind of deal we want, to have like, you know, the Kapua suite, you know, whatever, you know, I want to do the whole, I mean.
Is everything you know about Hawaii learned from Forgetting Sarah Marshall?
I think kind of, maybe that's what put it there. Yeah.
Oh my God. That would be really dope though.
That would be kind of cool, or I don't know. I think it would be really neat to see you know, maybe like Denmark or something, you know, like maybe, you know, somewhere in Europe. I know Italy is for you, but I think that we could probably come up with, that would kind of be a neat little tour, you know, if we could piece together, you know, a couple countries, you know.
How long is the flight to Europe?
Oh man, when I used to fly back and forth, when I was over there, it was 10, 12 hours straight.
Okay, so I need to be sedated.
Yeah,
is what you're saying.
it's a big flight.
What about Hawaii?
It's probably the same from here, unless if we flew nonstop from Chicago. If we flew out to LA and then out, it might be a little less. I don't know. I think it might be really cool. God, here we're on like a big tangent. This question just opened up a Pandora's box here.
I know, that's so funny.
Going down under might be kind of neat, like New
Down
Zealand
under?
or like Australia. I think that'd be kind of cool.
Okay.
All right, go ahead.
This is the tea. This is juicy.
Oh wow, am I prepared for this?
No.
Oh.
Is he jealous when you talk about baby daddy and Randy?
No.
Just like I'm not jealous when you talk about your ex and another ex in a situation that we're going to talk about in a later video.
Oh, okay.
So,
Are we?
I thought we decided that we were.
Oh yeah, we were.
That
okay.
situation.
Yeah, that. Okay.
Yeah, so no, I'm not jealous of his ex and his past, and actually one just went to rehab recently, and I was like, you need to write her and support her. She doesn't have many people there for her, and he did, you know, so we're very honest with each other and very open. So you're not jealous?
No, I don't think we get jealous of the other person's attention being directed at somebody else because we know it's not misguided in an attempt. You know what I mean? I think that, you know, there's situations where I think that I'm sure we probably all struggle with, like, this doesn't really look good and I'm okay with it, but I know it shouldn't be. I know from the outside in, other people would turn it into a really petty thing. Like, who was that guy? Like, you needed a ride one time home from work.
Oh,
and he was
my
like, oh, like,
God.
I got,
yeah, my car was in the shop.
Yeah.
And I said, hey, bro, can you just give me a ride home? Because we lived in the same kind of.
Yeah, close.
We lived it the same way, like, whatever. And he said no, because my wife wouldn't like that. And I'm like, oh, shit, I'll ask someone else, okay.
Yeah, it's just a ride. Like, but he was so worried about how the perception of it looked. And, you know, I think that it was kind of like, you know, you had the trip out to LA with Vinny, you know, and that didn't bother me. You know what I mean? Like, I'm cool with that. I know Vinny's your friend. I know you're from the same town. Like, I guess maybe it's because we're really transparent about what we're doing and who we're talking to and why.
Yeah.
Maybe it goes back to that communication thing. Like,
just to add on to that, I don't give a single fuck what anyone has to say about what we do.
Yeah.
As long as we're okay with what we're doing, then I'm okay. I know I made 4 videos with my ex-boyfriend and he shared his story. I think his sobriety matters more than our dirty laundry or what the outside world might think about us. As long as everyone in this house is in agreement, and we did discuss that prior to that happening, of course, then we're okay.
Yeah.
You know, and I think more people need to approach their relationship with that. Is everyone in this house okay with it? then it's okay.
Yeah.
Don't be so concerned with what someone might think or someone might say. And I'm saying that from a very public platform, and I have been ridiculed and dragged through the actual mud on the internet because of situations like that. But we're okay with that. So other people's opinion of the things that we're doing carries very little weight in our lives.
Well, I think, the topic and the question kind of stems from a foundation of trust. And if you have that, you have a really good foundation of trust, you don't really ever go to that place where you're jealous or worried or concerned about like, what's she doing? Well, she's doing whatever, she's doing the right thing, or he's doing the right thing. Like, I mean, we keep each other, up to speed. We try not to even, lie by omission. I mean, to a degree, there's always going to be some things that that you're maybe a little hesitant to bring up, like, I know this is going to be a touchy topic, but I figured I might want to put it out there first, just in case we wanted to agree, beforehand. So I think that's a big one. Yeah, for sure.
Yes. Okay. How will you tell your children about addiction?
Man.
Honestly and age appropriately. So as they get older, we will tell them more and more. So Micah is now 7. She does know that she was with mommy when mommy was in jail. She knows that she was in my tummy during that time. And she knows that we both made mistakes and we took responsibility for them and we went to jail. Riley doesn't care. She's like, where's the fruit snacks?
Yeah.
She's 3. So we will continue to be open and honest in this house and share our past struggles and not demonize drugs the way that the DARE program does, but to give them facts and our own knowledge based on our experiences.
That's a really good response. I think a lot of it is age appropriate and situational appropriate. I mean, I don't want to have a full-blown discussion about addiction with Micah when she's 10 years old, but
right.
we can acknowledge the fact that, you and I have made some mistakes and there's an understanding, but, that conversation, you can kind of drill into it a little deeper when she starts becoming, a little bit more rebellious, towards the age that you and I started trying to experiment. We notice a few of the signs that are indicators, because I came from a household where there was just a lot of ignorance, or they weren't really in tune with what I was doing. So for us, it's a little better. We have a little bit more of an advantageous eye because we know what we're looking for. I think those are the times to really have those conversations and to make sure that they're open, honest. It's a comfortable environment, because if you judge, berate, or you try not to approach those discussions without acknowledging that, hey, we have that experience too. We can provide a little bit of an understanding of what you might be going through and some things and some of the roadblocks that might be coming up in front of you if you have to be faced with some tough decisions, so.
I think it's important, just to add to what you're saying.
Yep. Just to add.
If they're at a party or something, I want them to know they can call us.
Yeah.
I want them to not be like, oh my God, my parents are going to kill me. I want them to say, my parents are going to come pick me up.
Yeah.
I don't want them to be afraid to reach out if they're struggling with depression, anxiety, or if they're at a party and the only ride they can get is from a teenager that is drinking alcohol.
Yeah.
They need to know that this is a safe space and they can come home.
Or, even if, it would be a scenario where if they reached out, they took something that maybe they were unsure about. They took a risk, and then they were uncertain about the reaction. You know what I mean? They experimented with a drug, whatever happened. You would want them to feel comfortable enough to call and say, hey, this is what happened. I know to come to you first. We can address this problem, and we can talk maybe tomorrow after we've had a little bit of a sandwich and a nap about that bad decision.
Once we know that you're safe and okay,
Yeah.
Of course,
Yeah.
we gonna talk about it.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I don't want to punish and ridicule and scare them to death to the point where they can't reach out when they need help.
Exactly.
Because their lives matter more than thinking they're gonna get in trouble. So.
And you got to have a pretty good understanding that
it's a balance.
And they're going to make bad choices.
Yep.
They're going to make bad choices. They're going to have to be able to have that freedom to make decisions, fail, mess up, learn from those things. And you want to be a part of the learning process, not left out in the cold when they're trying to do it without you. And then you find out later that something goes wrong and you weren't the first person they called.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What would you do if either of you relapsed?
Oh, man. We've kind of touched on this one before, haven't we?
Do you want to answer it first? Or do you want me to answer it first?
You answer first. I've gone first a few times.
I would help you pack your shit.
Oh, man.
I
Remember, roll the clothes, don't fold them. You get more in the bag.
Got you. No, I would be sad. I would be heartbroken, but I would get you help, and I would maybe let you sleep one off and try to talk to you when I felt that you were clear-minded. I would immediately reach out for support with that, because handling it by myself is something that I don't know if I could approach, not emotionless, but I don't feel like coming at you by myself like, oh my God, is gonna be the right thing. So I would try my absolute best to reach out for support, cry in the shower, and see if we can get you the help that you need, and see if you're open to that. But that would be hard.
Yeah. You know, you said something there that kind of touched on that. I think that, I know we've bounced on this topic before, that I don't think, I've always been on the other end, you know what I mean? Like, I've always been the guy that people were concerned about, not the guy that was doing all the concerning. And at first, I think I would probably be a little disappointed, but I think maybe a little lost. And, you know, I think some of what we talk about and kind of on this channel, and some of the things that we've learned, and some of the things that we preach, would also have to come into practice for me is utilizing the resources around me. You know, I think, you know, the Al-Anon, reaching out to somebody that has got some, you know, some familiarity and some experience, and say, hey, look, I've never been on this side of the fence. I understand that you are. How do I handle this? I know how I feel, and I know what my addiction looked like, but I've never been that other person. And I think knowing who to reach out to, where to find those resources, and getting some input would be very, very beneficial. I think that is the first thing I think, in my mind, I would recognize I would have to do, because
if I came home and I was I was obviously high.
And I was noticing it, yeah. I think I would probably do that before I even address the topic with you, because I think I'm ill-equipped. I really think I'm ill-equipped, and if I went about it wrong, I think it might have an adverse effect. It might have a negative impact.
Are you guys gonna get married? Hint, hint, Rhys.
Why is there always a hint, hint, Rhys?
Hint, hint, Rhys. Marriage to us is not what makes our family. Love is what makes our family, and to us, it is not important at this time.
This is a question that comes up a lot, isn't it, for you? Yeah.
Every single day, I get asked two questions: when are you having more babies, and are you getting married, or when you're getting married?
Wow. So
Every single day.
other people are really invested in those core value decisions that we have to make in our lives, right?
They love him.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, whenever we want, whenever we feel like. Maybe tomorrow, maybe never.
Maybe we're 60.
Yeah.
It would be so cute if we got married at 60. Rhys's aunt just got married, and you guys are gonna meet her. I'm actually gonna film with her, because she is a wild one. Like, she's lived my life. So
She can light your channel up fast.
I love her. Like, you're not supposed to have favorites, but
Oh, yeah.
oh, I just love her so much. Okay, so yeah, she just got married, and she's like 60, and I think it's fucking adorable.
Yeah,
Isn't that so cute?
Yeah.
But marriage is not important to us at this time.
It's just not. It's not a priority. I mean,
I also don't know how many goats I'm worth, so.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, it's really kind of an arbitrary question for us, really. I mean, I get that you fielded a lot, and other people might find it to be a really, hot topic. But for us, it just isn't. Marriage, it might be in the playbook, but it's probably a couple pages down. We're not going to pull it out on that first drive down the field. So,
first drive down the field. Love it. Loving the football lingo. When are we having more babies?
Again, whenever we feel like it.
So,
why don't you get out of my bedroom, butt people?
Butt people. So we've been together for 6 years.
Yep.
And that has produced one human. And fertility is a thing for us. So I just want to say that to say this.
Well, we assume it's a thing. We haven't actually gone and found out for sure. But we're put it this way: we're not trying to have children. So yeah.
Yeah, he shoots and scores all the time. No, but
he shoots, he scores.
Just to put this out here for other women that are struggling, I think it's wildly inappropriate to ask women when they're having babies, because you never know what they're going through.
Yeah.
It could be fertility issues, financial issues, mental health issues.
Yeah.
They just don't want to issues. It's so rude. So please stop asking women when they're having babies. You never know.
I think I've brought this up before, and it's like, what would somebody do if they asked somebody, when are you going to have another baby? And somebody's direct reply was, well, we're not sure we're going to have grocery money this week to feed the ones we have.
Yes.
I mean, what would you do about that? That's, that might put your piqued interest in a stall mode. I think that you just never know what's going on.
Yeah, and I think it's so shitty to look at our family of 2 daughters and think that it's somehow incomplete. And I keep getting asked, when are you going to give Rhys a son? Do you want to try for a boy? You should have a boy. And it's like, our family's not incomplete because we don't have a son. Our family is complete. We are blessed with 2 daughters. So,
Yeah.
yeah. Also wildly inappropriate and rude to assume that our family is not complete.
Yeah.
When it is. Okay, next question.
All right, fire them off. These pages just keep going, don't they?
They keep going.
Okay.
How do you keep... This is the question, and she's at the door. How do you keep the spark alive was the question.
Yeah, bring up the spark. There we go. That's the spark.
Excuse me, we're filming.
Say hello to them.
Hello.
Hello.
I'm Daddy.
Oh, here's the spark.
How
Here's
do we
the
keep
spark.
the spark alive?
Here's the
I
spark.
don't know. We never have time.
Is that the butt people?
I like your outfit. My God, I can't even pick you up anymore. She's so big, babe.
What are you trying to do, baby?
Gosh. We're trying to film a video.
Oh. All right.
Wonder Woman. Micah's Wonder
Oh, wow.
Woman. I like your hair, dude.
Yeah.
So awesome. With the black roots. Doesn't it look
Yeah, it
pretty
does. I
all
like
the
it.
time?
Whew.
So how do we keep the spark alive?
Oh, boy. Oh, man.
It's our house.
And-
Take your house back.
Yeah, and trust me, when you're trying to keep that spark alive, that can happen too. It's a good question. You do have to put more of an effort into it.
Yeah, our relationship is work.
And I think, and it's a good question, it's a good response from us, because I don't think where we're at now and what we've had to go through, like I said, when we talk about the relationship evolving and changing, I think it's just now a topic that we've really embraced over the last year or so, because we've had so many things going on. You know, it was getting our life together, getting Micah back, trying to figure out how that looked.
Mm-hmm.
Then we had Riley, and then we moved, you know, so
We've had a lot of adjustments.
we've always had a lot of adjustments going on, and we've been really, you know, always very, you know, busy taking that next step, and even
Increasingly more busy today.
So as we've gotten, you know, we've gotten this far, I think it's something that we've become more cognizant of, and we have to put an effort in it, and a lot of it goes back to being, you know, having communication and understanding that it's something that we have to address.
Do you still give each other gifts on birthdays, anniversaries, and holidays?
God, it's a special event all year around here. Nobody ever hears no. Are you kidding me?
Don't you dare tell me no.
Oh gosh.
No, I like to surprise you randomly.
You do.
I'm a big spontaneous gift giver.
Mm-hmm.
And what's really funny is he just ordered himself Beats headphones.
Yeah.
At the same time I ordered him headphones. I really wanted to surprise you with the freaking headphones,
Yeah.
dude. And it just so happened that I was able to cancel my online order in time because they arrived at the house. And I picked up the box and I'm like, what is this little box? And he said, oh, I got those headphones I wanted. And I was like, what? I just ordered you those this morning. And I was
Yeah.
like devastated that I couldn't get them for you. So yeah, we surprise each other randomly. Like I got you an Xbox randomly one time. And
I think, you know, and, you know, there's just things like, you know, we do, you know, I think that we try to get the other person something they want.
we always ask too. You
We
ask
always
me,
ask.
do you want anything on our anniversary? Our anniversary is actually next month, 6 years
Yep.
together.
Oh, and I do the same thing for you. When I know it's something you want, like I knew you needed a new laptop, and we just decided one weekend, I said, let's just go get you one.
Yeah.
And I've seen you be frustrated and be mad at it. Let's just go. Get what you want, and we'll go to the store, and you can pick it out. You know, the phone came out, you know, I knew you liked the Note, and we got the upgrade, and I just said, let's go get it. You know what I mean? So we do
Yeah.
little stuff like that. So, you know, like the holidays and the birthdays and things, you know.
Not really.
Not really, because, you know, we do stuff like that all year round. We just try to do something maybe a little special. We make sure that we have, you know,
A date
something
night.
planned, date night. Yeah, you know, something that kind of breaks the monotony of the routine. So.
Was it weird for Rhys for you to be so close to your ex-boyfriend? I wish everyone was like Rhys. But yeah, we're gonna go, and I'm gonna cry just a little bit.
Okay.
I love you guys. Stay safe, stay sober, do not break the law, and I'll see y'all in my next one.